Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that had anxiety over doing public speaking, and they had an upcoming family event where they were going to be doing a speech for a family member, and they were feeling nervous about that. And we'd done some work to break some of the patterns, but this is about future pacing, because a lot of anxiety around public speaking is anticipatory fear, and that might be days or weeks before the actual presentation or speech happens. And then that can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if you're feeling anxious thinking about it, you're more likely to be anxious when you're actually doing it. So this is designed to do the opposite, and that is to harness a very resourceful state when thinking about something happening in the future and then associating into that. So it creates certain triggers that increase the probability of really harnessing a very confident, and they in particular wanted comfort as a resource state. So a lot of the time I work with people and it's confidence they want. This was about comfort, and they wanted to feel comfortable. So you're gonna hear that particular phrase a lot in here. And I asked them, I said, where do they naturally feel very comfortable? And they like to walk, and while they're walking, they feel very comfortable. So it starts with an element of visualizing a walk, and then in the walk, then thinking about this upcoming speech, disassociated and then associated. So any hypnotherapist listening will appreciate what I'm doing there. It's two levels of disassociation before associating into the resource state. And that's really important, because a lot of people, if they just try and use things like affirmations and say, I'm going to be confident, but they're not feeling confident, then you have this principle called the law of dominant effect, where the stronger emotion displaces the weaker emotion. And if you felt anxious a lot, it's difficult to feel confident if you're already feeling anxious. We have to reduce the anxiety first before we introduce the confidence or comfort state. So there's a bit going on here. What I would encourage you to do to get the most out of this session is to think about some form of speech or event or upcoming thing that you are going to be speaking in public anyway, so that when I make certain reference here about thinking about that future thing, you make it relevant to you rather than what was relevant to the original client that I was working with. And if you like the idea of this, feel free to listen to this as many times as you want. But if you want a customized bespoke session just for you to help you prepare for an upcoming presentation or speech, there will be a link in the show notes where you can schedule a completely free consultation call. We'll have a chat just to see if I'm the right hypnotherapist to be working with you. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe in, imagine breathing in a feeling of pure relaxation. And as you exhale, just get a sense that any tension, any worries, any fears are leaving your body in that outward breath. So it feels that you're breathing in comfort and relaxation, and exhaling any stress or tension. Allow your eyelids to feel heavy, relaxed, and allow that relaxation to spread in your forehead and your jaw. And just notice, because you're breathing in relaxation and exhaling tension, something fascinating happens. The tiny muscles around your throat, your chest, and even your diaphragm also start to relax. So it becomes easier to breathe in deeply and exhale for longer. And I wonder if the breathing becomes not just deeper and longer, but effortless. Almost like your body is doing the breathing for you. You don't need to force a breath in or force a breath out. Just allow your body to do the breathing for you. And the deeper you breathe, the more relaxed you become. And the more relaxed you become, the deeper you breathe, creating a wonderful cycle of ever increasing comfort and relaxation. As your body relaxes, your imagination awakens. And I want you to imagine the perfect place to go on a relaxing walk. Imagine that you can teleport yourself anywhere in the world. A promenade next to a scenic beach, a trail on a mountain pass, a secret passage winding through a forest. But you get to make this walk perfect. Make the time of day the perfect time of day. If you want people there, have people there, and if you want it to be entirely private, then that's how it is. Make the weather exactly as you would want it to be for a comfortable, relaxing walk. It could be sunshine or shade, hot or cold. I want you to find yourself walking in that place. Perfect temperature, perfect breeze, perfect environment. And notice the rhythm of your walking. Maybe there's a particular pace or a rhythm that you get into. A rhythm where your body movement starts to synchronize with your breath until your body starts to walk like it's on autopilot. That you can walk without thinking, breathe without thinking, move without thinking. And when it feels that you're in that rhythm of walking at the right pace, in the right environment, feeling so comfortable, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And in that comfortable place, get to a point where it feels that you can walk on autopilot. And many times when you've been walking this way, isn't it true that you've started to daydream? Think about scenarios and situations, memories or plans. You didn't make your mind do that. It did it because it could. So while you're imagining walking in that perfect place at that perfect rhythm, I want you to imagine what it would feel like to be in a modern venue, on a circular table, looking up at a very special event. And maybe you can see long rectangular tables of family members all congregated together. I want you to see yourself like you're someone else, sitting at one of those long tables. See how you're dressed, what you're wearing, but I want you to see how comfortable this version of you looks. Engaging in conversation, smiling. You can tell from your facial expressions, your body language, everything about you, that you are comfortable. And if you get a sense that you're seeing a version of you at an event, looking very comfortable, let me know by nodding your head. And then I want you to see that that version of you starts to stand. And maybe someone introduces you. Maybe there is a clink of glasses or a microphone that announces to people that you're about to be making a speech or a toast. I want you to see the moment that that introduction or acknowledgement happens, see yourself smiling in a very comfortable way. That version of you is glad to be doing this speech. And you can tell from the way that your posture is, the balance. See yourself looking very calm and composed, relaxed and smiling. And then see yourself say the very first few words of this toast or speech. And notice how confident and comfortable those first few words are. You're just someone in the audience watching, but you can see how comfortable and confident those first few words are. And you get a sense that everyone in the room is relaxed, eager to listen to what you have to say. And then I want you to imagine seeing yourself continue with the toast, the speech, seeing the expressions of people that you're referring to, maybe someone in particular. Compliments are acknowledged, see people smiling. Maybe there's reactions from people in the audience where certain words create a wonderful reaction of ahs or agreements, nodding heads. I want you to see yourself continue, maybe asking people to raise a glass, to join you in celebrating this moment. And maybe when that toast, that speech is finished, maybe you hear a few people clapping or murmurs in the audience that that was a good toast, a good speech. Then I want you to imagine rewinding it all, like it's an old VHS video with a rewind button. And then when you see yourself looking very calm and comfortable before your speech, imagine swapping places so you are now in your own body, feeling that it's just minutes away from a talk and you feel very relaxed and comfortable about that. And maybe you're introduced, or there's a microphone passed to you, or a clink of some glasses. At the very point where you know you're about to talk, feel yourself smiling. At the very point where you raise yourself from your chair to stand, feel comfortable, confident, and empowered. Feel that this is something very easy and simple for you. And then imagine saying the very first few words with a confident, comfortable tonality. They leave your mouth exactly as they would really feel like they're connecting with other people. You feel comfortable saying those words. As you continue, you relax even more. And maybe you have something written down just in case, but you don't need it. Your eyes are not on words on a page, they're on the faces of the people in the room. You are talking from your heart, not your head. It feels comfortable, natural, effortless. I want you to get a sense that there are people in the room which are influential, important maybe. But this is just your imagination, so you can play with that. You could imagine that there are famous celebrities in the room. You could imagine that there is a table filled with the most beautiful women on the planet, staring at you, listening to your talk. And whether it's someone famous or beautiful, important, or even someone looking bored or annoyed or angry, notice how none of it phases you. There's almost like a force field around you. Nothing affects you. You feel calm, comfortable. You could even imagine someone heckling you. And it's like water off a duck's back. Nothing phases you. I want you to get a sense that you're imagining exactly what you're saying, and it feels effortless to say it. And I'm going to give you a window of time to just rewind and mentally rehearse, doing it from beginning to end, exactly how you would want to do it. And when you get to the end, just let me know by nodding your head. That's it. And I want you to feel how comfortable that felt. That you were in your own body, doing it exactly as you would want to do it, and it felt comfortable and calm and enjoyable. And feel that speech is ending now. And I want you to see acknowledgements. That might be eye contact and a head nod. Could be a thumbs up. Could even be a smile or even a salute. People are communicating their appreciation for your talk, your speech, your toast. And all of it feels good. And then afterwards, just imagine a few significant people approaching you to acknowledge, congratulate, or compliment you on your talk. And all of it makes you feel very, very comfortable. And allow these feelings to ripple into any other form of public communication. From this point forward, it doesn't matter if it's a social gathering or a serious presentation. It doesn't matter if it's a lecture or a pitch. Just allow that feeling of comfort to ripple into all of these other areas. It doesn't matter where you are, what you're saying, or who you're saying it to. Allow this feeling of comfort to be the dominant emotion that comes to mind when you're in a situation like that. And I want you to think of one thing in the future that you always wanted to do but thought was outside of your comfort zone. And just imagine that you're in the audience seeing that version of you do that thing that once felt unattainable and now feels within reach. And if you could imagine seeing yourself confidently and comfortable doing that new thing, let me know by nodding your head. That's it. It's time to leave this imaginary event and find yourself walking in that rhythm, realizing that all of this was a thought within a thought, an idea within an idea, a dream within a dream, and even walking in this perfect place itself is just your imagination. So it's time to leave that imagination and return to the here and now, knowing that you have activated and primed your mind to feel calm, confident, and comfortable whenever you're talking to people and they are evaluating you. You feel relaxed in that situation. It's time to return to the present with all of these changes coming back with you. So take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, start to connect and calibrate into the here and the now. As I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.